Hey guys, how you doing? Sorry, just fixing up the camera here. This is gonna look, pretty, it's not one of those professional, YouTube videos. We're not the professional type. We're the type that just does everything naturally. I pretty much like to, put the camera on when I'm not ready, when my hair doesn't look good, or because this is not what this is about. We're not here to sell YouTube videos and make millions and ride with the Ferraris and the hoes and, all that stupid stuff they talk about out there. This is an important video. It's about humanity and the survival of it. I'm sorry to be too serious right off the bat and break it to you like this, but I can't see any other way of breaking it to you. It's going to be a strange video. I'm not going to be able to finish a lot of things that I'm going to mention to you, but it's a preview, a prop up of what I've discovered over the last year and a couple of months since my awakening to my surroundings, which I call. The word awakening is used a lot on the internet just by itself. It's the entity. For now, we're going to call it the entity, trying to protect itself and distract people from real awakening, to make them feel that they have awakened, but the things that are not completely irrelevant or useless, they're good information, but it's not the end of the rabbit hole. It's not the last curtain. It's not the last layer of the onion. There are a lot of layers. That's how this entity was able to dominate us as human species over the last, I don't know. They like to speak to us through movies indirectly, in a covert, sort of hidden way, by insinuating things. It's an entity a lot like human beings. It likes, there's, it's vain. We do have that in us a little bit. We like to show off about our skills. So this entity likes to show off by pretty much with two major things. A lot of other stuff too. My tea's almost ready. I'm a little bit late. I'm gonna leave it recording. But two major things that this entity likes to show off with: symbology and numerology. And they're plastered all over the place. In the places we visit, on the money we spend, everywhere. From religious establishments to political establishments to financial institutions, everything. This entity has its fingerprints, which I call fingerprints, but they're pretty much science that it uses using symbology and numerology all over the place to pretty much tell us what it's doing to us as human species. It's not, if you could hear now, there's a cop car pass by. There's always distractions when I make important videos for you guys. I hope you could see it. Maybe you hear it. Anyways, sorry about that. Like to keep everything real, to show you guys that this is a real person here giving you real information. This is not some guy in a studio with $100,000 equipment talking about alien entities coming from outer space with saucers that are turning like this that they show us in movies. No, this is not a joke video. This is a serious video that I'm making for you guys that's going to give you vital information for the first time ever. In the history of humanity, I don't know. Maybe other people, other human beings have discovered it in the past, never had the chance to publish it, because the publishing realm, the media, everything, this entity controls all of it. And none of us are allowed inside or to even say our piece. So, but on YouTube, on independent, sort of not mainstream media, this is the first time that the world's going to hear this information. Now, you guys know all about YouTube, how it pretty much, they see real information coming out. What's the best way to bury the truth? By creating a lot of other so-called something like it, but still masquerading and hiding the main important element in that truth, making those videos popular, giving them a lot of hits overnight, like 200,000 hits. I've proved to you guys how they cheat on that in my past videos. Check out on my channel how they could cheat. And backdated 5 years and 6 years before to discredit This video that's gonna come up on November the 12th, 13th, 14th of 2019, and show you other videos sort of like it, backdated to 2015. But you guys are not stupid. The people that follow my channel, you know all about the gang stalking epidemic, the microchip in the eye where they could see through you. Remember, they could see through you. I have all eyes on you. The all-seeing eye on the $100 bill. Ooh, there's a lot more coming. I'm gonna expose to you guys things you never thought it was possible. About the people that live in your own house around you. Not to make you completely paranoid, but to open your eyes up to a lot of strange things that are happening in your surroundings, but you are blind to them. Not by choice, not by chance, by carefully architected design by this entity to keep you in the dark, sleeping, drugged up on heavy-duty brainwash through that tube, and drugs, lots of physical pleasures. They're very addictive and they distract you from feeling yourself from the inside as a human being emotionally. That's the idea. This is why we have a lot of sex today out there, a lot of strange things happening in sex, strange thing happening in drugs, all those things that are physically addictive, which what they do pretty much, they destroy a human being if you really live in them. They are things that we are meant to tap into, to breed and continue our kind, and even for pleasure. But at a certain level, not to completely drown and swim in them, because then we'll be blinded to the truth. So guys, there's a lot more I want to talk about. I really need to have to see my throat dry. Give me a second, I'm going to let it record still. I'm not going to make you one of these nice sort of made up wicked videos. No, let's keep it natural. I'll be back, 1 second. Be in a hurry. I don't want to waste your time. I had all my shoes on top of this. I dropped them on the floor. I'll fix it later. Guess it's not much to sacrifice to make a really good video and save humanity, eh? Sorry guys, be there in a sec, won't take long. So guys, the reason why I said this to you, because besides the gang stalking thing, which started to happen to me in 2018, sometime in April, May, got pretty much, actually before that, probably at the beginning of 2018, and slowly and surely graduated and, you know, went up and up and up, really intense. And by August 2018, I had the full awakening. The first thing I realized when I really paid attention to my surroundings is I said the first word, this is like the Truman Show. So for the new generation that's watching, this is not new, but you know, people who aren't in their 40s and 50s, the Truman Show was a very popular movie back in the late 90s, 98, 99. Jim Carrey's in it. Basically, the reason why I said that is, sorry, I get excited. If you look at the street, any street you go to, downtown, especially downtown, it's more intense, you will notice people on the street. That's a normal thing. You look at these people, they're either waiting for the bus, they're crossing the street, they're buying something or whatever, putting gas in their car. Now, when you pay close attention to these things, I don't blame anybody out there for not waking up to them if you're not microchipped, because it's hard to notice it. The thing is, with a microchip, it makes everything go fast forward. So you become, as a human being, with all these people surrounding you, these big trucks, and you guys seen all the gang stalking videos when it's intense. You become sort of a battery, a little piece of electricity that sparks up the area wherever you go for people to start moving fast, trucks, noises, sounds. Think about it. If you go to a quiet area that's not moving much, and a person goes into that area and all of a sudden people come out of the store, more people come in, trucks, airplanes, you know all about the gang stalking videos with the airplanes. There's nothing even to prove more about that everywhere, it's all proven. You become a battery. Basically, you're sparking up that area. You're making things happen. It's energy. So when you watch a movie like The Matrix and they say Morpheus says to Neo, back also in 98, 99, I will say to you guys why all these movies came out in the late 90s in a bit, that this is what they want to make of a human being, a battery. That's what it means, guys. Okay? Now, don't go too paranoid, too crazy, but I can prove to you that in every single movie that comes out there, all the signs in every movie, they're pretty obvious in our face about everything that's happening to us in reality. The problem is, us as human beings, we've been raised with this from birth. And as they say in The Matrix, from birth. As you see Neo in, where they're separated human beings, it's like a farm. Each one separated with a bunch of tubes in us. They're sucking energy out of us. That's the reason why they show you a lot of zombie and vampire movies and werewolves. What are they doing in the end? Okay, in the movies, they're physically, taking a chunk out of their throat, or they're sucking their blood, vampiring them, whatever. Well, guys, they're doing to us the same thing in real life. It's just not physical. When you get a lot of motion around you, I don't know, 1 meter away, 2 meters, 3 meters, noise, annoyances. Do you know what that does to you as a human being? You're being attacked through your sight, your hearing. Those are all senses. You're being vampired and zombied that way. Now, for a lot of other people, it's less intense than others. It's harder to notice. And if things are going right for them in their lives, they won't really, excuse my language, give a shit. They're happy. There's no problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's good for us to realize what's going on, because it will give you the big picture. And believe me, guys, when you see that big picture, it's, this is why I've known this information now for a good couple of months, and I really didn't want to talk about it because it's disturbing. It's severely disturbing information about the human condition, what the world's going through, and what it has been going through for the last... Now, this entity, like I said, it likes to brag. 10,000 years, they say. It could be 20, it could be 30, I don't know. This entity's been with us for all this time. It's the cause of everything we have built today. Everything. Not just technology. Everything, guys. The way the streets are designed, electricity, the way we have red lights and green lights for the cars. Everything, everything. Why? It's a grid. For this entity to harvest our energy in a more efficient, effective way. These are plans for thousands and thousands of years for us to get to this position, to get to this moment, to get to this situation. Basically, I was going to mention to you about the 90s. Why the 90s? Guys, when did the internet come out? I was a web designer as soon as back in 96. Basically, the internet was around maybe 2-3 years. Guys, the internet is called the internet. If you notice a lot of words out there that you notice, not just in the internet and companies, it's got a lot of the word inter and link. For a reason. The internet wasn't just some kind of odd sort of one day one guy just clicked and said, okay, let's make the internet. No. And it's not from the military, no. Yes, the military used it first to practice on it, but that's not the main intention for it. This entity that has survived among us for the last 10,000 years, its dream is to link, L-I-N-K, link together the people that it controls more, and interconnect the human to them and them closer to the human, so the energy is harvested and sucked out in a more efficient and effective way. Now, those are big words. And you guys know something about me in my videos. I tell you, do not listen to what I say. Do not believe it. Wait till I show you proof on video. But take it into consideration for now, for the videos that are going to come for the next month or two. They're going to be mind-blowing. Because this information that I found out is actually very depressing, but it's the truth. And I think every human being out there has a right to know it, if they choose to. This is why I mentioned at the beginning of the video that it's not very happy news. So if you don't want to, you can leave, if you prefer that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But hopefully when you're ready, you would come in and find out what's happening to us as human species, so we have a better chance to continue our kind and, move up instead of going backwards. Anyways, let's tone it down a bit so I can regroup my thoughts. Okay. Basically, guys, the word divide and conquer, all these expressions that we have out there, I can explain to you every single expression ever said, why it was said, and what it really means. Let's start with divide and conquer. Dividing us to conquer us as human species. How did this, I don't like to use the word extra-terrestrial and alien. Let's just stay away from those things. Because the media out there, every time I make a new discovery, for some reason the internet gets loaded, especially YouTube, with a lot of the same videos trying to mask it. That's how you bury the truth. Sorry, I can continue earlier. My thoughts went, it's basically you make a lot of bullshit videos about almost the same topic. And since you control the platform, you promote them more. So that topic, which is the truth, is now swarmed with so much crap that when a new person comes in, he's most likely to tap into one of the crap and watch more crap, get bored, stressed out, pissed off, and leave. So the truth is never seen. That's how you bury the truth. So every time I come up with a new discovery about something, you'll notice, look at the dates on the videos, you'll notice for the last 2-3 years, the YouTube's loaded with nothing but gang stalking and aliens and supernatural and Mengele virus that lives in the air and whatever. I'll tell you why now that one was put out there. And you guys know, people that are microchipped, they could see through our eyes. I don't know how, but that's how they do it. But the proof is all out there. I have enough videos on my channel. So, what was I going to say to you guys? Pretty much, every time I come up with something, you're going to see the YouTube just swarmed with junk about this topic. What it is, guys, is, I don't know exactly when, but sometime they try to tell us the Garden of Eden with Eve and Adam, which is pretty close to it, the way we used to live, human beings. I guess you could say in tribes together. We're pretty peaceful species because we're emotional. We feel. So please do not look at the movies and try to sort of siphon ideas from there. This is all brainwashed, guys. It's to divide us and to conquer us. We are not like that. Everything you see out there is bullshit. It's designed to divide us. In our nature, we're pretty good. We don't go ballistic. We don't cheat. We don't do any of that. This is the entity trying to make you think that of yourself. So you lose the motivation to move on and get out there and do good things for yourself. They're painting a very negative picture for us, a very negative world. Bad news, all depressing, all negative. It's not by chance or because we're bad people or because times are hard or because money. No, guys. This is by design. I will prove it to you. Remember what I said to you at the beginning of the video. Don't believe a word I tell you. Watch the videos that are coming up for the next 2 months. And I will prove to you every single word I say in this one. Just take it into consideration. So, it's all by design, guys. Divide and conquer, they're dividing us that way. It's not American and Russian. It's not black and white and Oriental. It's not men or women, gender. It's none of that stuff. Democrat, Republican, those are all scams. There's human and non-human, period. I will get to that. I don't want to go too much into detail because it's too much information. I don't want to push people away. I'll give it to you step by step so you could at least absorb it. Because it took me even, believe me, about a couple of months to even adjust to it. It's mind-boggling, this information. And the fact that I could prove it, this is the reason why I'm making all these videos. Believe me, I'm not having fun doing them. I'd rather not do them. I'm going to be accused for a lot of things soon. When the real truth comes out, I'm going to be accused with this and that. It ain't fun. I'm not making money out of this. I'm actually spending money into it with equipment, my time, energy. But I feel this information is vital to be on the internet. Hopefully for human beings, when they suspect certain things about their surroundings and they go searching for answers, they'll find these videos that will give it to them straight. Doesn't dick them around and take them in circles and in infinity and around and around, and then they leave all stressed out and more confused. No. I want to get to the point. I want to tell you things, prove them in my videos. Then you, as an individual, an independent thinking entity, you could look around and make sense of what you see. And then you can decide whether it's true or not. So I really want to sort of try to gift you guys something that I had to go through hell in order to get and to understand and to see, and facilitate the process of awakening for other human beings out there. That the real awakening in life, it ain't an enlightenment. It's not taking yoga or sitting on a mountain for 10 hours like this. It's none of that stuff, guys. It's all, not to discredit these people. Maybe that stuff does relax you. That's not the real awakening that's necessary nowadays for the human species. The real awakening is, take that square, for example, and eliminate it from your house, the TV and the phones. Just pretend for one moment that none of that stuff exists. What would you do instantly if that stuff never existed to begin with, or the information that you get from it? There are no governments, no countries are at war, no actors, none of that stuff. All there is what's around you. What would you do? What's the first thing that you would do? You'd start to get interested in what's around you. Because there's nothing over there trying to take you away from it, which is the truth. Okay, guys? I'll prove to you later on in my videos that none of the stuff you see on that TV is real. Yes, these events are happening. These people are going there. But in a strange way, they're meaningless to you as a human being. They will not have any effect on your life. It's just brainwashed to depress you, to keep us dim, demotivated, so we don't get to the truth. On top of that, all the other elements that they're using to break us up, make us weak. Drugs, too much filth, everything. Now, I talk about those things, not that they're a crime. Believe me, guys, I've been through all of them. But they're not good for you. Especially at the time we're in right now, what we're going through. They're designed to take us away from the truth. So if you eliminate all that, you would look at your surroundings more, because you'd be more interested. You have nothing else. You don't have this rabbit hole that takes you to worlds and events and things that are happening out there that you're not sure that they are. Even if they are happening in person, if you look at them, you don't know the real function of them. They could tell me there's a war and 100,000 people died, but I haven't seen those people die. Maybe they've showed me broken buildings and a couple of dead bodies on the floor. I didn't see 100,000 people die. Guys, there's a big scam out there to scam us, to take us away, to distract us from what's happening around us. What I mean by that is the people in your family, how they're acting, their actions, how much motion they're doing unnecessarily, noise, your neighbors. people in the same building, people in your neighborhood, people in other cities. We human beings are designed, when we walk or live with someone, we're supposed to pay attention to that. More attention than we do. And a lot has been done to this world over the last, I don't know how many thousand years, to distract us from that. Because there's something wrong there. And the more we're distracted, we're not going to figure it out. And if we do, it's going to be really late. That's the reason why we have all these things today. To distract us from what's here. Because there's something really strange happening. And to everybody, it could be different at a different level. It's not too intense, but it's based on the same thing. There is something infiltrated between us human beings that not many of us know. I found out last year. Not fully, I just found out fully a couple months ago, but I started to wake up to it. And it's devouring us in ways that you don't even think is possible. Not physically, it's keeping us stressed, annoyed, depressed, deprived of the main basic elements in life that everyone should have. Men, women, kids, elderly, whatever. Everyone should have. They're the basic elements. We don't have them. What they're doing is they're giving us a lot of junk instead and distracting us with so many events, so many colors, so many weird things. So we don't figure out what's going on. Why do we feel like crap all the time? Guys, this doesn't go for everybody. We're not saying we feel like crap all the time. Please understand what I'm trying to say here. All I'm trying to do is wake up my fellow brothers and sisters to something that's happening in their environment. And there's a reason why they haven't figured it out yet. Doesn't matter if you're 20 or 60. Because you're not supposed to. It's by design. Huge efforts have been taken. Huge, with tons of money spent to do that to you. Why? Because you're valuable as a human being. You're special. Because this entity that's trying to destroy us does not have something that we have that is using it to its survival. It won't survive without it. And it doesn't want us to know that. It wants us to think that we're bad. We're cheaters. We're scum. We're broken. We're divided. We're racial. We're prejudiced. So much has been done, guys. All the crap that's loaded in your head from everything you've seen through the TV, everything you've heard in the newspapers, I guarantee you 99.9% of it is bullshit. Excuse my français. Please, do me one favor. If you don't want to believe anything I say, don't. Doesn't matter to me. I just want one thing from you. Promise me that you'll give more attention to your environment. Don't get obsessed with it and completely paranoid, but give it a look. Test it. See, and I'm going to give you 2 pointers. Look at the extra unnecessary noise being made. What I mean is, if you hear a lot of noise around you wherever you go, if people talk extra loud for no reason, they're sitting right in front of each other and they're screaming. Now, once in a while, that's okay. People get excited, they're doing things. Like I said, just give it a look to start. And a lot of motion around you, a lot of things. Those are things that are not supposed to happen to us naturally. There's something out there that's doing this to us, and it's taking away our energy from it. This is the start. And from here, I'm going to explain to you guys everything. What the all-seeing eye really is. That's plastered everywhere with those symbols. What numerology really is. For example, how do I know that real human beings do not bury their dead? They burn them. This is going to go against a lot of people's beliefs. I'm an Arab, I'm Christian. I lived in a country that had Muslims. They both believe in burying their people. How do I know that this is this entity that made this up? Guys, this entity talks to us in numerology and symbology, like I said to you. A lot of people that know about these topics know that this entity uses the number 6 a lot, the number 13 a lot. Guys, Jesus was number 13. He had 12 disciples. Number 6, why do we bury our people 6 feet under? Why not 7? Why not 5? Like I said, You have to really understand the subject, and then you could look at things quickly and pick them up. You'll know. You'll say fake, fake, real, fake. I have to do my best to at least turn your head a tiny bit to this. Look at your surroundings, study them. See how people around you are actually really making you feel. Not what they're telling you, not what they're pretending they're doing. Not, we human beings, we get deceived easily because we're believers. We like to believe in good things. And good things, it's not that they don't exist, they do, but not as easy as we think. At least not today. They're not offered to us, they're being taken away. So we get deceived easily. Just pay attention to your surroundings, how you're getting treated by people. Ask questions. Why does my son have autism? What is autism? Why does my son treat me this way? Don't take anything that I say precisely. These are examples. Why don't I feel good around my son or my daughter? Why, ask these questions. Why does my wife treat me that way? What does she have to benefit from it? Is she really like that? I'm giving you guys examples because when you first look at your environment, you want to question it. You want to question the people around you, the closest to you that, matter the most to you. Your family, your friends, your, colleagues at work, in school, whatever. And like I said, this is an introduction video. I'm going to put it up on my channel. I really don't know what to call it. I'm making a lot of them. And look out there, if you look on YouTube, you start searching today. I checked it out. Tons of videos already preparing to cap what I'm going to come out with. Now, you may say to yourself, well, how do they know? Guys, you know what, the microchip, they can see through you. I will give you a preview. Actually, I can. It's inside my phone. I'm using my phone to record. I've been taking notes. I will try to take them with a small camera and upload the video for the last month or so about all the things I want to cover and a lot of things that I wrote in them. And that's the problem with the microchip. Everything you look at, you know what I mean? They can see through it. Now, if people think this is weird, get up, go to RT. It's Russia Today. It's a great news station. A lot of people like it more than the Western sort of fake news media. And they've interviewed people like that are admitted that they could see through it, and all that stuff. If you don't think this is credible information, but you're gonna see a lot of videos out there about aliens, ancient aliens, who controls us, the aliens amongst us, and a lot of stuff like that. That's really just, when you watch it, guys, do you know what's real and what's not real out there? The dumbest human being out there can tell. It's how you feel with it. You can tell what's real and what's not. When you watch a video out there and for some reason you're not feeling good watching it, something's bothering you, the guy's voice is too loud, too much information about something, it's just really driving you nuts to figure it out. Guys, simple things that just get straight to the point are the truth. All right? And I'm going to leave you with that. Let's do nothing but expose the truth. And I'm pretty sure this video is missing a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, but this is a sort of from the heart video. So what I'll do is, I'm not sure, actually, you know what I was thinking of even putting this video up on my channel as a, the introductory video kind of thing, because I do have one out there that says my message to Canadians, and that was back in the days where a couple months ago or more, I didn't really know the whole information, everything that was happening around me. So even in my older videos, most of the information is true, about 99%, but I said certain things that are wrong. I just figured out right now that they weren't true. And they're pretty obviously, you can tell for yourself. There were assumptions about what I was going through because I was really getting gang-stalked really bad, always stressed out, so many people around me. As you notice right now, I'm more calmed down. I'm pretty polite out there with everybody. Hey, how you doing? I'm always in a good mood. That didn't come easy. It's not something I decide, okay, today I want to be an asshole, tomorrow I want to be a nice guy. It doesn't work like that. It's what you're going through. So there was a lot of confusion going on. This is the reason why I want to make these videos and put them up for people so they don't have to go through the same thing that I did. The people that are struggling with this, they call it an epidemic now. So, this is the reason why I want to do that. I didn't get to it really fast and really easy. It actually took a lot out of me. And I almost became homeless, believe it or not. That's how bad I got, the situation I was in. But overall, a lot of good videos are coming. And please, guys, any questions or any topic I tried to mention in this video, and for some reason I strayed off and just got distracted and talked about something else, comment about it and I'll answer it for you guys. Anything you want at any time, you can ask me and I'll give you an answer within seconds. Because I know the information. It's hard to put it all out there. There's so much of it. You'll see in the videos for the next, I give it 2 months. I'm going to give you guys the whole truth by then. No, this is not some promotional video. I don't make money out of my channel. I actually spend money on it. And that's about it. So I'm going to put this video on the main, sort of introduction video to my channel and take that one out because it's more relevant, this one, to what we're going to go through soon. Today is November the 12th, I think. It's about noon, 12:10. 12, is it? Today's a Wednesday. Yeah, 2019. It's freezing out there here in Toronto. It's like -10, -12 today. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.